You suspect or even know that your parent was emotionally immature. Maybe they blamed you for their moods, couldn't apologize, or expected you to parent them. But here's the real twist. Emotional immaturity in our lives doesn't just disappear when we no longer live with our parents. It can get passed down to us. Our brains, our beliefs get trained subtly and silently until we face it. In this video, I'll walk you through how to spot the signs in yourself and others, what emotional immaturity actually is, and how healing begins with one powerful tool, awareness. Let's get clear first. Emotional immaturity isn't about being bad or broken. It's about underdeveloped emotional skills, things like regulating your feelings, taking responsibility for your actions, and being able to hold space for other people's experience without becoming defensive. Emotional immature people often avoid accountability. They lash out or withdraw instead of working through conflict, struggle with empathy, or make others feel responsible for how they feel. And importantly, they may genuinely not realize they're doing it. It's not always loud or dramatic either. Some emotionally immature people are charming, successful, even well-liked. But inside relationships, especially close ones, it shows up in harmful ways. Now, here's what emotional immaturity is not. It's not having big feelings. It's not being introverted. It's not needing time alone. It's about not struggling occasionally. We all do that. The difference is in how we respond to those struggles. Emotional maturity means we own our own reactions, stay curious about the impact, and stay connected to others even when it's uncomfortable. So how do you know if you've picked up emotional immaturity during your upbringing? Start by listening to the feedback you get from people closest to you. Do people say that you don't really listen? Do you tend to shut down when emotions run high? Do you find yourself needing others to soothe you when you're upset or pushing them away completely? These patterns don't make you flawed. They're often survival strategies you learned when you were small, trying to relate to emotionally unavailable caregivers. One subtle cue, if deep down you feel like your needs are not always a little more urgent than others, or like your emotions should be prioritized, that's often a trace of inherited emotional immaturity. Here's the good news. Emotional maturity is a skill. That means you can learn it. But there's no healing without awareness. You can't shift patterns if you're not willing to see them. So first step is noticing with honesty, not judgment, when those immature behaviors show up. Here, where most people get stuck. They try to shame themselves into growing up, but healing doesn't happen through criticism. It happens through self-compassion. That might mean pausing mid-conflict and saying to yourself, of course I want to defend myself right now, but what would it sound like if I responded with kindness? It's not about being perfect. It's about practicing a kinder tone with yourself and others. Over time, that becomes your new baseline. Here's something really important, and it's where my work in brain training comes in. Emotional immaturity isn't just a personality pattern, it's neural pathways that get trained. When we're stuck in emotional reactivity, shutting down, lashing out, needing others to regulate us, we're usually operating from the limbic brain, especially the amygdala. That's the part of the brain wired for survival. It's fast, it's emotional, it's reactive. What we want is to bring online the prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain responsible for emotional regulation, self-reflection, empathy, and long-term thinking. But here's the thing. The prefrontal cortex can't lead if we're constantly in survival mode. And if you grew up around emotionally immature parents, chances are your nervous system got trained to be on high alert. That's why healing is not just emotional, it's also neurological. We literally have to retrain the brain to pause, reflect, respond. That's the work I do with neurofeedback, helping the brain build new and more flexible patterns so emotional maturity becomes natural, not forced. So yes, emotional immaturity can be inherited, but it can also be transformed through awareness, compassion, and tools that literally rewire the brain. You can break the cycle. If you want to learn more about brain training, like how neurofeedback can help, Check out my links below, watch more of my videos on rewiring from these emotional patterns. And if it resonates with you, subscribe, comment, and share it with someone who you think might benefit from it.